Alright everyone, welcome back to the Fandalorian Club here at Apocalypse Movies. My name is Jake, aka Qui-Gonna Jake, and this is our Mandalorian special review show that we have going on here. And this is week 7 for the Mandalorian. It's coming to a close, unfortunately. We are here to do a spoiler review of the new chapter titled The Reckoning. It came out earlier today, and we're here live on YouTube to do a full review of this episode. And with me today, I have Obi-Wan Jacobi and Grand Admiralcino himself, who is back from the beautiful Hawaii. He is back in the land of the rain of California for the moment. Yeah, guys, how you guys doing? Ready to talk some Mando?
Good. I am. It feels weird doing it on a Wednesday, but...
We are doing it on a Wednesday, you are correct. Yeah, you'll see above us it says every Friday after each episode. Well, they've decided to release one on a Wednesday before the Rise of Skywalker.
So. I'm excited, man.
They want the weekend for the Rise of Skywalker, so
exactly.
It's a good, especially for this episode. So it could easily take the cake if they were to release on the same. But yeah, so a little background on the show. We're just kind of go through the episode beat by beat a little bit, maybe scene by scene. Dive into it. Full spoilers for those of you who are watching for the first time. Talk about our thoughts. Talk about theories, speculations, what we expect, what we hope to see, that kind of thing. And we're just gonna have fun doing it. So let's jump right into this, guys. I mean, Brian, I'm gonna start with you because you weren't on last week's episode. Haven't heard your thoughts on that one, but just sticking with The Reckoning. What is your reaction to the brand new episode, Chapter 7?
Just every...
It's fair.
This lady is doing. Like, I'm so glad. Like, I sit there and I'm just like, I'm not... Sometimes I catch myself not even, like, zoned completely in, because I'm just thinking, it was a great episode. I'm going to say, I know he does good things, but he's done more bad than good.
He hasn't really done good things.
Tries to help out, but...
Oh, I guess we can talk about that later, but I don't agree with that. I don't agree with that statement at all. Jacob, what'd you think?
I liked the episode a lot. I really enjoyed it. Not as much as Brian from the sounds of it, but I will say this is the first time I really felt the short run because it did feel very rushed. A lot happened. I would have liked them to slow down a little bit, and because there's a lot happening. He's basically assembling a crew, and just felt very rushed to me. But what happens in the episode is all great. Felt very rushed to me. I would have liked a little. But overall, like as a fan, I'm very happy. Things happened in it that I wanted to happen. Just excited to talk about them.
It's so weird because all day, I watched it this morning, and all day the word rushed has never popped in my head.
Really? I don't think it was rushed. But
I definitely felt it was.
I don't think it felt rushed, but I do agree with you. To me, it felt like it was literally
episodes, right? He's on his way to a destination. Mainly at that one destination for a long period of time. This was like multiple like 4 different destinations, like 20 minutes. It was just like, whoa, slow down a little bit for me. But considering that's what they had to do in that time frame, Deborah Chow did a great job doing that because that's not her fault.
Yeah.
They have none of these episodes have been more than 40 minutes. So, and that's a budgetary thing. They want to keep it in that time frame. So. It was fine. Like, it's definitely not my favorite episode, but I really.
Yeah, I really enjoyed the episode. I'm not going to say it's my favorite, but this is the episode that I expected from this show.
So remember last week how we were talking like now they're going to go back to focusing on a story? They definitely did.
100%. And it happened instantly. But
did you like last week's? I didn't catch full.
I enjoyed it a lot.
Yeah. I mean, there's episodes I like. I like episode 3. I mean, the first 3 are great. Last week's episode was great. Really enjoyed that episode.
I don't think episode.
Yeah. But as far as the show goes, like when the show was first announced and the marketing and people that are involved, this was the episode I expected. This was the episode I expected. Because you get this team, right? You have this main character who's supported by all these smaller characters, Cardoon and Quill and all these characters around him. Not to say that the other episodes, like, I understand what they're doing. Like, one of the episodes was about a backstory. The other one was about his humanity with the water planet and the widow and like stuff like that. But we expected a serialized show with one story, and it went 1, 2, 3, a 3-episode break, and then got back to it with this one. I'm so excited because this episode, there were so many cool things inside this episode, and so many telling things inside the episode. Sure, like with all kinds of different characters.
Yeah, there's a lot to get.
Yeah, so let's just kind of go beat by beat. So it starts off with him in the ship, playing around, and he gets this message from Grief Karga. He's basically saying, "Hey, we need your help. We have this plan. We want to take down this the client. They're kind of overrunning our city, etc., etc." Very beat by beat statement. To me, it almost felt like it was very scripted, like he was reading off of a board. Maybe that's just the way they wrote the character. I mean, who knows? But it felt like he was just reading off of a board. I mean, what do you guys think about him calling him, asking for help? I like that, or
they were up to no good.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, you knew that there was definitely a plan behind the plan.
Yeah, but for the Mandalorian, it made sense because he's like, I'm just gonna be on the run forever if I don't go back and just kill this guy. So whether Grief Karga was setting him up or not, he was like, either way, I'm gonna find a way to kill him.
I don't think there was any doubt that.
Yeah, it was almost like the home base.
Yeah, once like this happened, that's how reason.
Yeah, planet. I think the planet's name is Navarro.
And because every episode since he left, baby's in the future. So he's like,
baby's always.
Yeah, so he's just gonna take care of the problem from the source. Or at least he's gonna try to.
Yeah, so he accepts the job.
What Cara said in the
Christ House.
Oh yeah, she did. Yeah, said he can't or something.
He can't. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, he accepts the job and he decides before going straight to Navarro, he wants to assemble his little squad.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So we first see Cara Dune.
Yes.
He goes back to the water planet, and we see this cool sequence of her basically in Star Wars Fight Club. And they're hooked together by this really cool like electro tube type thing.
They can't get away from
it. But they
can
touch it though.
Well, yeah, but it doesn't look like it's lethal or anything. It's just a cool little way to connect them.
Like a rope.
And they have to tap out by clicking it, which is cool.
Yeah.
She is such a badass.
Oh yeah,
she is.
I love her character.
When she flipped around and like just destroyed that guy.
Dude, you didn't like her for her acting.
No,
she was good in this episode.
I think she was. Yeah, I haven't had a problem.
I was worried about her going into it, but I was actually surprised. I thought she was good.
She was
in the first
really
episode,
good. This episode.
Fourth episode.
I have no.
No, not after this
one. I love her character.
Yeah, I love that she's back in the fold, and it's also kind of pays not tribute. I don't know the word, but she essentially asked him, "Hey, do you need a partner?" He's like, "No," and she's the first person he goes to, which is really cool.
I love someone. There's just this audible thump.
Oh,
it's like you just got hit with a hammer.
And especially the species that she was hitting, because that guy's got horns everywhere. Like she had to be careful.
Looked like it.
No, it wasn't. It wasn't. Yeah,
and I know it wasn't.
I don't know the name off the top of my head, but it wasn't a Jacobi.
Yeah,
it wasn't a Maul type of character.
Yeah, but I love it because it is just boom, boom. Like there are audible thumps, and you're just like hell out of these. And I mean, I feel like exactly what her character should be. And I love the
tattoo.
This has been recognized as the shock trooper.
Yeah, they don't even mention the fact that she has a rebellion tattoo on her cheek.
That's what
she literally has the rebel symbol right here on her cheek.
That's what I thought they were talking about at first when
cover up your tattoo.
I was like, well, yeah, that's all. Then it was like kind of like.
But I think that one specifically means she's a shock trooper.
Yeah. Well, every time they like.
Someone
I think Mando had said that she worked for the rebellion or something, and then I think Quill was like, shock trooper.
Yeah,
instantly.
They always
know. As soon as Grief Karga saw her, he was like the shock trooper, and they all just knowing that she's a shock trooper, that means they're dangerous.
100%.
And they know that. Everyone knows that right away.
I like that when they sat down at the table and he was kind of explaining what was going on, that she was very hesitant at first, but the second he said they're Imperial, she's like, I'm in. Like, you know that, because she mentioned in her episode that she was essentially, she got into the rebellion to fight the Empire. Yeah. And then she became a bodyguard. She didn't want that.
There is something very interesting coming
story.
There's something we don't know. She was very
Like who she's working for or something?
She was, or did. But it was, she was very, I can't,
the New
I can't
Republic
go back.
is, she'll get arrested by the New Republic.
Yeah, like she said she went AWOL essentially.
Yeah.
Maybe it's
But
who she went AWOL against.
She was like, there was like fear. Like, I can't. That's that.
Yeah, so after he picks up Cara Dune, we get by far the most lighthearted moment in the episode where they're arm wrestling, or no, we'll get to the arm wrestling here in a second, but they're talking up in the cockpit, and then they go downstairs, and Cara Dune's checking out some weapons and whatnot, and she's like, "You leave him alone?" Like a total dad move. Yeah, he'll be fine. Yeah. All of a sudden, a roller coaster starts happening, and we walk up to the cockpit, and he's Baby Yoda's laughing his butt off on the joystick, playing around. The ship's going haywire. A total dad move, but it's really telling to how he kind of parents and how he doesn't really know what he's doing. And every time we leave Baby Yoda alone, he seems to get in some kind of trouble.
He
and
won't
every
stay
time,
still.
it is so funny. It's so much fun to see.
Such the curious. Every time he does something like that, I immediately think like him like poking R2D or like something in the swamp, like trying to take stuff out of his bag, flashlight. Like, and
they're curious creatures. I guess
very.
It's so funny because like even when they're talking, you can just see him pop his head up from his little cage.
Oh, when he came upside down, it was almost like, what is he right there? It was so funny,
so good. But then we go from a funny moment to a very dark moment. They're arm wrestling inside the ship.
So this is
after they
pick up.
You're right.
Yeah.
So let's get to that moment then. So they go from that moment to back to the planet where
need someone to watch
is.
him.
They're talking about
someone you trust,
a babysitter, and go to Quill. And we meet Quill, and I Have Spoken is back.
Yeah.
Obvious that's the second guy he would pick up, and we get some cool backstory in him though, because we talk about how long he's been in slavery, and how long he had lived for the Empire, or worked for the Empire, but also he officially said that Yoda's not a clone, that he looks like he was not engineered. That he was born naturally.
Oh yeah.
Which is obviously a big question mark that we had going into the episode.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like that could have been.
It was just like his opinion, but he obviously has knowledge on it.
Well, he said he had worked for 300 years in the gene, or he worked for the Empire in the gene business essentially, so he knows the genes.
So he can tell the difference between natural. That's good because now we know if that's official. We know it's not a clone of Yoda.
Exactly.
I didn't want him.
Something we all wanted. Yeah,
I just wanted him to be a natural born, same species. That's it. That's the only connection.
And then this leads to the next big moment is IG-11 is back.
So what I do love about this episode is we've been talking all along about seeing these characters each in one episode, and is he ever going to see any of them again? And we talked about how he might assemble all of them together for a mission, and that's exactly what they're doing. And I thought the IG-11 stuff was interesting. It's not him, but maybe
him.
Like,
him, but maybe
dude,
him.
They kind of made it kind of ambiguous whether or not real IG-11's still in there.
I love the Rocky montage of the training.
Oh yeah. That was cool.
Yeah.
Of just doing basic stuff.
Of it trying to step, and then there was like some kind of animal in the way, and it's like shoo, like flicked its leg.
Well, he didn't want to hurt it.
Yes, exactly.
Exactly.
I love that it was like 7 different times. It's crush the pot. Crush the pot every single time.
They were definitely saying there were points where they were like zoomed in, almost where you were like waiting for it to turn.
They're wondering if it's like original programming still.
Which
and maybe in some different form.
Yeah.
Because I definitely trust Quill that he knows what he's doing.
I just think like IG-11 still have a violent outlook.
Yeah.
Not necessarily against the Mandalorian.
Dude, it's 100% going to be a team next episode. 100% going to be a team next episode.
It's going to be the team
He's
we've been seeing.
Yeah. He's going to be the reason why they get out of that.
Probably.
Off of, so
Probably.
We'll talk about that.
Yeah, where is he?
He's on the ship.
Yeah.
Correct.
He's on the ship.
He told me to watch the
So
ship.
that leads us, they go flying off and they're going to Navarro and they land and...
No. Arm wrestling.
Oh, yeah, sorry. I mentioned like 4 or 5 different times.
It's hard because it's like similar scenes in different spots.
Yeah, so after we pick up Quill and he brings the blurgs on board and he agrees to watch the baby.
Ships are always bigger than I think they are.
Yeah.
I'm like, how does he
that ship doesn't even look that big.
No,
3 blurgs
there was no way.
It's like the Millennium Falcon. It's They always put way more people on there than I think they can.
It was like, oh, okay, he brought his one blur.
Yes.
Oh, there's
yes,
another
yes,
one.
yes.
Oh, there's three?
Yeah. But yeah, this leads to the darkest moment of the episode for sure. They're arm wrestling, having fun, betting on each other who's stronger. And Baby Yoda takes it as
Attacking his
Mando essentially is being attacked and horse chokes Cara Dune.
I couldn't believe that.
Wild.
I thought he was going to help Mando win.
Me too.
That's what I thought he was going to do. Like, just push Cara Dune's arm
I
outside.
thought she was going to win.
Yeah.
Unless the baby, if the baby didn't interfere.
Who was going to win that? First off.
Cara Dune.
Yeah, so
I don't know, man. They probably would never. Maybe it would have been like a running joke, like they never would have shown it.
Yeah.
But this was a much more interesting way to go, for sure.
That was dark. I'm surprised she stuck around after that. Even though it was an accident or misunderstanding.
I think she just trusts him.
Yeah.
She was like it's very telling for their relationship. Even though it's a very small amount of time together.
Absolutely, yeah. That was wild.
It's crazy to me that like the baby like knew that as a something.
Well, so
that's not a common force.
Yeah, and
power.
There's a couple. I mean, there's an interesting reasoning behind all this. We heard Queel talk about how when he was reprogramming IG-11 that droids aren't good or bad, that they're products of their creators, right?
Exactly.
That's how their emotions are made. The same goes for babies, children, teens, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
If you look back at this entire season, there's been a crap load of violence around.
When the Mandalorian is killing people, you see Baby Yoda looking
at
him
that's what I was going to say. I was
him.
watching something earlier, and they pointed out that every time something happens, the camera's on Baby Yoda. It's not on the Mandalorian.
And he's watching it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of just a product of what's been going on. And I think that's going to play into what everything happens in the last episode. Because I think it's going to come down to the fact that he has to choose life he's living now or the life to raise the child. And he's going to realize that you can't have both of them at the same time. But that's something we can get to later or maybe next week. But yeah, I mean, that moment was... I was not expecting to see that at all.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
That was wild.
Yeah. So and then we finally get to Navarro, and Greef Karga's waiting there for him, and they have a little conversation. And this was the moment that I really, really loved from Deborah Chow, because she built the tension through their conversation just by him holding his gun and him looking at Baby Yoda. And all that. That's a way of directing I love for Star Wars. And she's done it twice this year, and it's been absolutely.
It felt almost like a. Or gang on the side.
I love they walk out of the ship on the blurgs.
Yeah.
They don't walk out on their feet, but they're walking out on the blurgs. Yeah. Just to make sure they know.
Yeah, it looked like a standoff.
100%. But yeah, so this leads to another cool sequence. It goes from day to night, and they're out on the campfire, hanging out, eating. Greef Karga makes a comment about how Baby Yoda's a carnivore. They're having conversations about the plan, and all of a sudden, we see some freaking dragon-like characters. Mynock looking.
They were looking like pterodactyls.
They look like enlarged Mynock.
Those were terrifying.
Yeah, this sick action scene.
It startled me because I was sitting here watching it really loud.
I was not expecting that. Yeah.
And it was like,
Cara Dune's got her giant machine gun just hammering things down.
How many did two blurgs die or
two?
One.
Two of them died. Yeah, one of them got taken off.
Yeah,
and then one of them died. Yeah, but see that moment was so sad, man. Like you could see it on Queel's face.
Oh yeah,
100%. You can see it on his face.
He cares about those things so much, and a couple of the guys got killed too.
Yeah, I think one of them. But who cares about them?
Who
cares
about
them? One of them got taken.
Yeah. But the two big moments. One, Greef Karga got sliced, and we found out that it was a poisonous cut. And this leads to one of the cooler moments of the episode. That was a callback to episode 2 when we didn't get to see it.
Yep.
Baby Yoda has healing power.
Okay, have we ever seen this before in canon?
Not in canon. It was in Legends a lot by a lot of characters.
Crazy. That means that's a force ability that only some force users
have. Yeah, it's the first time in the new canon. It happened with a number of characters big characters like Vader, Barriss Offee, like all those characters had the ability to use that in Legends, but not canon.
On the child, he's so powerful, and he knows that he can do that.
And he didn't pass out like he did in the second episode, so he's growing. Yeah, but he's growing. His stamina is growing, which is very big.
Huge. anyone's around him is hurt, he can.
And they were poisoned too. It wasn't just close the wound. He healed the poison.
Yeah, he took out the poison and then he completely healed it within seconds.
And after he moved his hand, it was still healed.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
I loved her doing. She went into very like bad kid.
Oh,
I like that, and
that was cool.
Yeah, I like that part. And then
I love the comment by Grief Karga. He's trying to eat me.
After the carnivore.
After the carnivore comment. Yeah.
Baby Yoda's just like.
Yeah, but yeah, so this leads to them trying to figure out another plan, and essentially they are gonna wrap up Mando in some cuffs and turn him in.
Well, he assassinates his own dude.
Yeah. Oh, that's right.
Afterwards, which I do think he truly had a change of heart. I think he was bad. He was setting him up, and then because he wouldn't do that, if he wouldn't kill those two guys if he didn't have a change. I'm not saying he's a good guy now, but he was willing to help the Mandalorian.
Yeah, I think Baby Yoda gets to everybody. Changes the mind of everybody.
I mean, he saved his life.
Yeah, exactly.
So he wasn't going to turn that thing over and let him get
killed. So they decide to cuff Mando and basically turn him in and do a ruse with the client. And they get to the town. And there's not just forms. So there's dozens of stormtroopers everywhere. But they do get to the client. And this is kind of where stuff starts going haywire.
I love Warner.
Yeah, his voice is incredible. His voice is incredible. But we find out that he's not the big bad. No. He's answering to someone, and that is none other than Moff Gideon,
just a puppet,
played by Giancarlo Esposito. Yes. And man, is that guy a bad guy.
Well, first of all, the client is dead.
Yeah.
We saw the hole through his
100%.
chest.
By the Death Troopers.
Which I'm glad we got to see him at least one more time, but he's dead. And if stormtroopers can't shoot,
Death Troopers can.
Where's my Death
Troopers can.
My Death Troopers poster.
Even through that small little hole that was in the...
They were destroyed.
They were annihilated.
And then Moff Gideon shows up in that sick TIE fighter.
And it's crazy that
thing was insane.
Why were they okay just killing the client and his stormtrooper?
We don't know.
I think he intentionally mowed them down just so he could grab it.
Well, yeah, I mean, he obviously has the Baby Yoda, like he said, it means more to him than anybody will ever understand, and we'll find that out.
And he knew Baby Yoda was not in the room.
Exactly.
I think he killed him too for just being naive, like believing them that the baby.
Well, he's probably answering to someone bigger.
Fighter, right?
Yeah. Well, why would he want Yoda? Like, the only thing I can think about is that he wants the healing powers to help heal someone.
I think he wants to himself. They must know that he can heal. Either he's like dying, he has a sickness, or something cool.
Yeah. It's all personal.
I'm so glad.
Because we don't know what kind of connection the Empire has to each other.
That would be pretty cool.
If
that's the case. It makes it personal. It's not just to like get him because he's a Force user.
Yeah, this again leads to that tension because this entire time the Death Troopers are mowing them down. Werner Herzog dies. They're kind of locked in this bar. Queel's on the blower running back to the ship trying to get the child off, and two speeders are chasing after him. And this leads to the cutoff scene of the episode, but we see that he didn't get on the ship, and he more than likely didn't give him up willingly, and the speeders shot him down. They have Baby Yoda, and Queel seems to be dead.
Hope not, but
more than likely. Because it would probably play into like Mando saying, I can't do this. Like, this guy just got out of slavery and working, and now he's dead.
Screaming.
So that was tough. And I love, because they could have showed him get shot down, but it was way more effective the way they did.
Totally.
Well, showing him on the ground.
Well, they showed Baby Yoda first, too.
And
you're like, wait,
and
what?
And
then...
Tension, man.
So...
I thought IG-11 was going to come out and blow them down.
So, earlier in the episode, he tells him that his programming is no longer there, but he says he will protect. And I think IG-11 is going to what happened.
And chase him down.
And because basically Quill's his father now under his new programming, right? For droid life, he raised him. Personality. IG-11 is going to head down to that.
Well,
head down there with whatever weapons he can grab.
They were far out there. Like, they were really far out there. What if he chases them down? Finds a way to chase them down. Yeah, like
fires the ship up.
Because those speeders aren't going to get to the ship to the town within 5 seconds. Like, it's going to be a long time.
I wouldn't be surprised if he gets ship.
Yeah,
maybe.
Shot ship. Or the TIE fighter that...
I want to see a TIE fighter Razor Crest battle scene in the next episode.
That thing looked...
I want to see a fight scene, a dog fight between them. It would be incredible.
It was amazing. And then this was the episode that they have enough.
Yeah. The 501st Legion.
Yeah.
Oh,
all the fans.
There's so many.
Yeah, there's so many of them.
So many.
It's awesome. Yeah, I mean, look, that's kind of the roundabout of the episode, but maybe just some theories and thoughts about what's going to happen, where's it going to go, because we have one episode left.
Taika.
Where do you see it ending? Yeah, it is Taika's, which is interesting. So maybe he uses himself a lot in this episode, but
that he's directing it.
Yeah,
possibly.
Yeah. So I guess just first thought is, how are they getting out of that mess?
IG-11. I think so. I think it set it up purposefully that Quill brought him back to life, turned him into what he is, dropped that line about protecting, and they basically IG-11 knows that they have to protect that baby. Probably saw Quill get gunned down. He's either going to head over there like on foot or with the ship. And we know Mandalorian has tons of guns on his ship.
Tons of.
And because
I
don't think they're going
that.
to do a situation where all the Mandalorians show up again. Like you can't.
I was just going to ask that. Do the Mandalorians play into this?
But do you do that again?
I think they're.
There's a lot of stormtroopers. There's a lot of stormtroopers.
He said he's going to show up in the ship and gun a lot of them down. And I think we're going to see IG-11 go nuts. And then the Mandalorian's going to see that the baby's in somebody else's hands. And if IG-11's the one who saves them and saves the baby, it's going to change his whole perspective on it. That's what I think is good.
Just give him his disintegrated like air.
Where is it?
It's on the ship somewhere.
Where is
It's got to be
it?
on
We
the
haven't
ship.
seen it for like 2 episodes.
It's got to be on the ship.
IG-11 with full access to his phone.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my!
I think something's gonna click in his head, like but in a good way.
He could have easily, probably maybe had a comm link.
I'm just glad because we talked about how we might not ever see.
There was no way we were never going to see him.
We're seeing everyone again.
There was no way we were never going to see him.
Yeah, and the way they brought him back is.
Yeah, it's totally. None of us ever thought about that.
We thought maybe the Mandalorian would bring him back, but it makes
Quill's an engineer all along. Was sitting right in front of us the entire time. One last question before we get out of here, guys. The hooded figure from episode 5. Are we going to know who that is by the end of the episode or not?
Yes, but it's going to be the character of the.
I think so too.
And it's going to be both.
I think so too. I think it'll be the last shot of the episode.
It's not going to tie into this story at all.
No,
it's going to be a cliffhanger.
I think it'll be the last shot of the episode.
You think that
it'll be kind of like an after credit scene almost. No, but I think what's her name is not dead.
I like how you're smiling because you're imagining if he did come in.
No, it wouldn't there's been no story to set that up really. So that'd be crazy. I mean, but Mina Wing, I don't think she's dead. Probably has her name, but
no, that's it.
I think it's gonna the last shot is her waking up and and we camera pans and it's
just a slow pan up,
and she's gonna say "Hi, Boba Fett," so we know that it's him, unless he's wearing the same exact armor.
I think it's got to be his armor.
Says something. Should get out. Oh,
I think that
either it's clearly him in the armor, by the armor, or
I do think we'll see the character. When or how, I'm not sure.
And then that's season.
Yeah, and I think season 2 is going to be much more serialized as far as one story every episode because we don't need to get into the smaller stuff anymore. I do think by the end of the next episode, though, that Mando will decide to hang up his bounty hunting ways and go back to the water planet with the Widow.
Yep.
And he's going to take his helmet off. I don't want it to happen, but I do think that it will happen.
Now that you say that, it makes perfect sense. They set it all up.
Yep. I think he's going to go back and he's going to live a life to grow. Yep. Help. Yep.
But then in season 2, something's going to be
he's going to get thrown back into the fold.
But I'm curious because they said if you take your helmet off, you can never put it back on again.
But I mean, maybe the Sabine factor plays in where, she takes it on and off all the time, or maybe he just doesn't wear it, or I don't know. I mean,
after this, he just wears it.
Yeah, who knows? I mean, possible.
helmet on.
Why not?
Oh, I did love that line. I'll give you 20 credits for the helmet.
Yeah.
It's going on my wall.
And then he goes, your wall.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. Well, any last thoughts on the Reckoning, Chapter 7? One last episode left.
So excited.
It's just crazy because the big moment for me, and
I think
we keep hearing the creators at Star Wars saying they want to introduce the Force, so they're doing it on the TV,
which is cool. Yeah. Cool. All right, guys. Well, there it is. The Fandalorian Club, Episode 7, The Reckoning, our spoiler review here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. Let us know what you think of it down below in the comments. We'd love to hear from you guys on it. For anybody who hasn't seen it, because the episode did come out today, try to leave some spoilers out of there, just some ask questions or anything down there. We'd love to hear from you guys. That is Jacob. That is Brian. I am Jake. This is Apocalypse Movie Show, the Fandalorian Club. Make sure you guys follow us on all social media, YouTube, all podcast platforms. And if you like this episode, click that bell on our profile, and you will be notified when we go live. A lot of our shows are going to be going live in the near future. Apocalypse Now is already live. So if you click that, you will get notified when we do go live. And you guys can watch us all along. So again, thank you for joining us. See you guys next time. This is the way.
Hey everyone, Jacob Bartley here. Thanks for watching. If you want to check out something similar from Apocalypse Movies, click this video up here. You want something a little bit different? Check out this video down here. If you haven't done so, please subscribe to Apocalypse Movies and let us know your thoughts in the comments section. We always love to hear from you. Thanks for watching.